Let me take this opportunity to welcome you all here, and those of you who are watching online, to the 37th Annual Keith Valley Challenge. We are full of excitement here as we get ready to play all night for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And to kick us off right, we're going to go right into watching our outstanding Keith Valley cheerleaders. So cheerleaders, go ahead. I'd like to introduce Jackie Cummins, who's going to be our Master of Ceremonies. Jackie.
Good afternoon and welcome to the 37th Annual Keith Valley Challenge. My name is Jackie Cummins and I will be your MC today. 37 years ago, a group of 8th grade students wanted to honor the memory of their friend, Billy Whitehead, who passed away as a result of a heart condition. At that time, the Philadelphia Flyers were in the peak of their Broad Street Bully success, and so, working with their assistant principal, they started a hockey tournament that raised $2,500. 37 years later, we still honor Billy's memory, with a few more kids and a few more dollars, but the idea is still the same. Hang out with your friends, have a lot of fun, and oh yeah, raise a lot of money for charity while you're at it. So let's get this kickoff assembly underway! Our first introduction will be by JoJo Malone. are fortunate to have Kevin Riley with us today, a former NFL football player who himself has dealt with obstacles. He started his NFL career in Miami before serving as a captain of the special team squad of the Philadelphia Eagles. But shortly after starting his NFL career, he was diagnosed with a rare tumor causing his left arm to be amputated. Kevin Riley proved that he could overcome any obstacle and turned his limitation into a positive, productive life. He is an example to all of us that no one should ever give up. He went on to have a wonderful career with a Fortune 500 firm and became a broadcaster. Many of you have heard him on WIP radio on the Eagles pre- and post-game shows, as well on Eagles TV. Number 52 of the Eagles is number 1 to us. Now please join me in welcoming our special guest, Kevin Riley.
Thank you, and it was nice talking to all of you today, and I'm especially happy to be here. Mr. Kircher invited me. You know, he's a big Penn State graduate, but I'll bet you didn't know how he worked his way through Penn State. He was a Chippendale. I'm just kidding. Don't put that on Facebook, okay? Hey, I came here today. I didn't care if it was raining. I didn't care if it was snowing, because I heard what you guys have done, and I want you to remember this, and I want you to stay here, but you are the #1 middle school in the United States for raising funds for Make-A-Wish. And as I said to the 6th graders, they're going to be looking at the totals tonight, because I'm going to come back in 2 years and make sure that they got more money than you guys did. But here's the thing. You have no idea what you are doing for these special children. And one of the greatest gifts we can give to our other fellow human beings is the gift of our talents. And by using your talents here today in fundraising, you are helping out other people. Someday, you may need help, and it will come back to you because of what you're doing here. So before I leave you, I have to know, do we have any Eagle fans in the house? All right, I want you to prove it. Here we go. E-A-E-G-G-S. That was lame. That was lame. Let's try it one more time. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagle. All right. Have a great night tonight. God bless you all for what you do. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Riley, for your presentations earlier today and your inspirational message. We are up to the challenge. Our next introduction will be by Eddie Schultz.
Hi, I'm Eddie Schultz, and I'm here to talk about my friend Jocelyn. When I was younger, Jocelyn was my babysitter. She was always in a great mood and never failed to brighten up my day. I was always excited when my mom told me she was coming over that night. Jocelyn was the most caring and compassionate person I've ever met. One time, she, my sister, and I were playing in the backyard when we found a dying robin. I remember feeling awful we couldn't do anything to save it. Jocelyn decided we should name the bird and give it a proper goodbye by burying it. We named the bird Jess, for Jocelyn, Eddie, and Sam. Doing that made me feel a lot better. In November of 2004, Jocelyn was diagnosed with Hodgkin's. The last time I saw Jocelyn, her hair was barely shoulder length from the chemotherapy. I didn't know she had cancer until years later. There's a saying, every comeback needs true believers. I'm honored to introduce my great friend and the biggest believer I know, Jocelyn Valles.
Hello, Keith Valley. I'm pleased to be here again, and even more pleased that Eddie got to introduce me. It was well over 8 years ago that I used to babysit him, so it means a lot to me. For those of you that don't know me, I was a student here at Keith Valley back in between 2002 and 2004. I'm 23 now, and I go to school for nursing at Drexel, and I graduate in June. I work at Abington Memorial Hospital in Abington. As he mentioned, I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma in 2004. I just started high school at Hatboro-Horsham. Through that, everything happened really quick for me. We got diagnosed in November, and I began treatment right away. And as with anybody, the impact that it had on me, everything in my life changed really quickly. In November 2004, I began chemotherapy, and as time went on, I became ill as a result of my cancer. I began to lose my hair. I came to school less and less, and eventually I wasn't strong enough to go at all. I spent time in and out of the hospitals, and I spent most of my Thursdays and Fridays throwing up because of the chemo. I wasn't like every ordinary kid. I wasn't able to go to the mall or the movies because I would have to wear a face mask so that I didn't get sick. In early February of 2005, my social worker contacted the Make-A-Wish Foundation. They came to my house and spoke with my family. In July of 2005, they granted my wish of going to Disney World. Visiting Disney World through the Make-A-Wish Foundation was a phenomenal experience. It gave me and my family an opportunity to forget about all our struggles and enjoy each other's comfort in the magical world of Disney. If I remember correctly, this is about my 6th time I've come to speak at the challenge. And I think every year, what should I say? What should I talk about? The kids don't want to hear me and everyone else talk for an hour. But my main purpose is to come here and give you insight about the impact of your hard work. When a child is confronted with a life-threatening illness, many things begin to change. Just like I did, they begin to, have to deal with not only the treatment, but they can't go to school, they can't have friends, they can't hang out on weekends, they have to be in the hospital. So, depending how bad their condition is, they might, go through a lot more than what I went through. It's an experience completely different than what we're used to, being, from any age, from being a toddler up until, you're 18. You don't feel like a kid, you feel like an outcast, you feel like you don't belong. The Make-A-Wish Foundation is able to grant them a wish with the money that you raise. It gives them hope to make the best of their situation. I come here to say thank you for your hard work for raising money for those who are less fortunate in many ways. The Make-A-Wish Foundation is changing and shaping the lives of many people day after day. It wouldn't be possible without your great efforts. It gives children, as it gave me, the time to escape from reality and build memories with our families. It allows us to remember, that we are too normal kids, as everyone else. It reassures the children and families that there is still something to live for. What I can emphasize is we're young, so take every opportunity you're given. Have no regrets. You will learn something from every experience, whether it's a bad one or a good one, just as I did from having cancer. I'm sure you hear a lot, don't take things for granted, and it's really hard to appreciate what you have until you lose it. So don't let yourself be that person. Stay strong, think positive, and fight hard for whatever you want. I want to thank you again for raising the money for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And thank you for giving the children with life-threatening illness the hope to continue to live, the hope to fight and enjoy their life regardless of their outcome. Your hard work is acknowledged. Good karma will come your way. So have the best night. It's very well deserved. Thank you. introduction will be by Makayla Wallace. Hello. Our next speaker is someone you may know or recognize. She's a KV alumni who participated in the challenge in 2011. Also in 2011, she was granted her wish from the Make-A-Wish Foundation. She is one of the bravest girls I know. She taught me how to be strong and how to believe during difficult times. She is a fighter, a role model, an inspiration, and a survivor. I am truly blessed to call her a friend. Anybody who meets her is touched by her story. It is my honor and privilege to introduce Miss Amanda Brent.
I am Amanda Brent, and I am in 10th grade at the high school. That means that exactly 2 years ago, I was sitting right there next to you guys with my challenge t-shirt and my pink headband because I was on the Pink Panther team. But the one thing that made me different than all the other kids in the gym, I had the date 11/14/07 written on my shorts. 11/14/07, the date that the incredible surgeons at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia removed a very large brain tumor from the inside of my head, and I became a survivor. 11/14/07, the date that has made me always believe. My KV challenge year, my mom spoke to the entire gym. She talked about what happened to me and my family, and I knew I was special. I knew I had a life-threatening medical diagnosis, and I made it through. As I sat in the gym, I knew that the Make-A-Wish wanted to grant me a wish to celebrate my life. I knew that we were all raising money to continue to help all kids with life-threatening medical diagnosis. But I had no idea what was to come 6 weeks after my KV challenge. My wish was to go to the Atlantis Resort in the Bahamas and swim with dolphins. It was not a hard decision for me because I always dreamed about going there. The day we were told that my wish would be granted, I started a countdown to my trip. As it got closer, I got more and more excited. I have never traveled to an island, and the pictures on the internet looked so fun. I was worried if this was the right wish. Did I choose something that would last a lifetime? Saturday morning, April 16th at 5:46 a.m., a huge Lincoln Navigator stretch limo pulled up in front of my house, and at that minute, I knew this was going to be a great week. What I didn't know was how each day it was going to be more fun and amazing than the day before. As I was entering the airplane wearing my Make-A-Wish t-shirt, I was stopped by the stewardess who asked, "Are you on a Make-A-Wish trip?" After my mother answered yes, her next question was whose life I was celebrating. I then told her it was me, and she gave me a huge hug. At that point, I realized it was going to be a really special trip. We pulled up to the resort, and it was just as perfect as it was on the computer. This was the real thing, and I couldn't stop smiling. Everyone was so nice, the rooms were beautiful, and the view was amazing. The pools, beaches, and slides were so much fun. I couldn't decide what I wanted to do more each day. It felt like I was dreaming, and my entire family couldn't stop smiling. We did slide after slide, we relaxed on the beach, we snorkeled in the ocean, and rode horses on the beach. Things I only ever dreamed about when I was actually doing them. Our most favorite part of the trip was swimming with the dolphins. Our dolphin's name was Jonah, and he was amazing. The trainers gave us lots of facts about dolphins, and then we were off in the water to swim with them. My wish was the perfect choice. I was so lucky that Make-A-Wish decided to grant me a wish. I really knew that week what it meant to be special. My family and I made so many memories that are going to last a lifetime. My mom said that this is what life is all about. One day I will share my pictures with my children and tell them how lucky I was to have Make-A-Wish come into my life. The Make-A-Wish Foundation. These people know the true meaning of life is making memories. They wouldn't be able to do it without the help from every one of you in this gym today. Giving the child a reward for battling the fight for life. Giving a family the gift of making memories. Turning a life-threatening medical diagnosis into happy memories that will last a lifetime is all possible because of the unbelievable support they get from the KV Challenge. Thank you so much, Keith Valley, for helping Make-A-Wish grant the perfect wishes. I wouldn't have changed a thing with mine. It was a dream come true with my entire family, and you 8th graders are now making dreams come true for other children. Have so much fun tonight and make great memories, and always believe.
Jocelyn and Amanda, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. It is very meaningful to know that we help grant wishes to children, but it's especially exciting to hear about wishes granted to Hatters who play in the challenges themselves. And now, Cameron Wilson will introduce our next guest.
Hey, Keith Valley. I just wanted to make sure you all were hyped for this high-speed, low-drag challenge we're doing here tonight. My name is Cameron Wilson, and I'm here on this notable day to introduce a very special person who, to us here at Keith Valley, is like family. Exciting as that may be, however, let me give you some background information about Make-A-Wish. Founded in 1980 in Phoenix, yeah, that's the capital of Arizona. Mr. Yaya taught me that. The Make-A-Wish Foundation was born, starting with just one boy named Chris Grecius, whose dream was to become a police officer. Today, the Make-A-Wish Foundation reaches out to more than 250,000 children around the world. Typically, wishes fall under 4 categories: to be something, to meet someone, to have something, or to go someplace. All the money raised in the challenge goes to making wishes come true to children in our area. Now it is my pleasure to introduce you to Mr. Dennis Herron, Executive Director for the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Philadelphia and the Susquehanna Valley. Oh, and one more thing. Go Oranges! Nerd.
8th grade, right? Guy drives the school bus to the school. Listen, the toughest thing to do is follow great speakers. It's like following Beyonce at the halftime of a Super Bowl. But, so how is the greatest middle school in the country? You know, I'm not going to talk about the Wish experience because, quite frankly, the people that experience the Wish tell the story so much better than I ever could. But I want to talk about you. I want to talk about Keith Valley and the wonderful school district that is Hatboro-Horsham. This particular school district and school comes along once in a lifetime, and you're living it. I can't tell you what a great reputation you have around the country for what you do for many kids that you'll never meet, but some that you know very well. This school, this challenge, this school district represents everything that Make-A-Wish stands for that is good, that is right, that you decide that is important enough for you and for your family, for the teachers and the administration of this school to stop everything on a dime and say, this is the challenge. This is our time to give back. And it's such a compliment to an organization like Make-A-Wish to be simply associated with you guys. Since Make-A-Wish has been involved with the challenge, you have given us over $500,000 over $500,000 so that we can do one thing, that we can stop this hideous swirl of despair and give kids the dream and the hopes that Mr. Riley was so eloquently talking about in the auditorium earlier. That you give somebody some hope and strength so that they can overcome their obstacles. And we have two marvelous examples of young people doing just that. You're the credit for that. You are everything that Make-A-Wish stands for, and I can't thank you enough for what you do for the kids that you'll never meet and the families that you'll never get to know. I say this a lot, and I'll end on this, is that the best part of my job is reading letters from moms and dads, and many times the kids themselves, what it meant to just be carefree and happy, even for a short period of time. Keith Valley, that is you. You're the ones that bring those smiles and that hope and strength to these families. And for that, I thank you. Where's the 7th grade? Get up! Stand up! 7th grade, are you ready to accept the challenge? We'll talk to you next year. Thank you, Keith Valley.
Okay. If you take a look around at this auditorium, you'll know that it takes a lot of hard work to put the challenge together. And we couldn't do it without the help of many, many people. In the past, the focal point and the main person behind that challenge has been Mrs. Renee Bornacek, and she is right here behind us. We've invited her to come back this year. Mrs. Bornacek, come on back up. Also, all of our guests, all of our famous guests that we get have also come through Mrs. Reese. And if you had Mrs. Reese as a teacher, Keith Valley, let's all give Mrs. Bornacek and Mrs. Reese a loud round of applause for their efforts.
Okay, thank you very much. Right now, we are going to get ready. We're going to recognize some fundraisers, some kids who did a great job raising money. We're also going to recognize the teams that raised the most money, and then we're going to reveal the big total. Okay. But I have one more surprise, so hang on. Okay, so Jackie's going to introduce our guest. Just say, let's turn around. Okay, here he is. He doesn't really need an introduction. I think you'll know who he is when you see him.
Yeah! All right.
fundraiser is Miss Madison Louisi. Madison, you raised $750. Our second place fundraiser fundraiser. Madison, come on up here. Our second place fundraiser is Miss Maya Kofsky. Maya, congratulations. And our overall fundraising winner, raising $1,400, Mr. Ryan O'Donnell. Ryan, come on up, way to go. And so, our two fundraising teams, and teams, you can stand as I call your name. The leading girls team, raising $2,407, the Pink Azalea Pandas. Pandas, good job, way to go. And the boy team, raising the most amount of money, the Ghost Squad, raising $2,618, way to go. And now, our chance to unveil the big total. So Mr. Heron, Mr. Kircher, come on out here with the Philly Fanatic. Madison, come on back up. Maya, come on back up. And our grand total is $49,281. Way to go, guys! Yep. Okay, so 8th graders, we need to clear the way. It is time to drop the first puck.